What's up, movie lovers, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and welcome to another Quickie here. We're going to finish off the Kino Lorber sale. We already did part 1, and now it's on to part 2. And as you can see, the setting's a little bit different. Decided to head up to the cottage and kind of do a little cozy Quickie here for you guys. Got the fire roaring in the background, and got a pile of great movies to go over, so let's get into this one. First up is a fantastic anthology, a horror anthology, starring the always interesting Karen Black. It's directed by Dan Curtis, and it came out in 1975. Well, the anthology horror movie I'm talking about is Trilogy of Terror. And this one's a really odd flick. Karen Black, I believe, plays 4 different roles in 4 short stories. And she's very different throughout all of them. The one segment that everyone kind of remembers this movie for is when she's attacked by a little devil doll. It's outrageous, totally ridiculous, but a hell of a lot of fun and a great anthology. So really glad to have this one in the collection. I never owned it on DVD previous, so good to have this on Blu-ray. And I am a sucker for horror anthologies, so glad to have it in the collection. But next up is a pretty much blind buy. I don't know really too much about this movie, and kind of the only reason I was kind of hooked on it is that I saw Mary Wilcox was in it, and she was in a movie that I recently reviewed called Beast of the Yellow Night. She played the wife of the guy who changed into a beast, and I saw her in this one. I thought, hey, why not give this one a chance? It's a cult classic, supposedly, 1972. Directed by Jacques Lecerte. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty much, I didn't even know if I said it, Love Me Deadly. Love Me Deadly's the movie. And it's pretty much just looks like a perverted kind of thriller flick where a woman is kind of obsessed with the dead and she gets turned on by corpses. Very odd flick. I'm kind of interested to see where the hell it even goes, but yeah, it's going to be a first time watch for me. I've never seen it in my life, never owned it, and just an interesting release. Code Red put this baby out, and should be fun. But let's move it on to the next flick. It looks like a 1965 black and white kind of science fiction kind of horror flick called Dark Intruder. And I was pretty much really intrigued by this one because Leslie Nielsen stars in it. And if you know Leslie Nielsen, he's been in a lot of movies, and they've all varied from serious to absolutely ridiculous. And I'm hoping this is in the absolute ridiculous vein. Just looks like a guy who changes into a monster, one of those kind of flicks. Dark Intruder just looks a hell of a lot of fun. Look at that black and white photography, and look at our man looking dapper there. But yeah, I don't know much about the movie, but it just looks like an interesting flick. I don't even know if I've seen a trailer for this one, so this is going to be a really good surprise when I finally sit down to check it out. But never owned it previously, never seen it, and looking forward to seeing what it's all about. Well, let's move it on to a movie I have seen. It is a Stephen King adaptation. One of his lesser known ones. People don't really talk about this one too much, but it's kind of messed up and interesting. And just the whole concept's really wicked. The movie I'm talking about is Needful Things. And fantastic cast. Probably one of the most distinguished cast of Stephen King adaptations. But Ed Harris stars in it. He's a sheriff of this town. Everyone's kind of gifted these things. If they want something, it comes true, but there's a catalyst to that. And stuff starts going wrong in the town. People are messed up. It's just a really weird interesting flick. And Max von Sydow plays the main kind of antagonist in the film. Just a really great cast. Directed by Fraser Heston. Don't know any of that guy's movies, but I do enjoy this one. It's been a long time since I've actually watched it, but looking forward to kind of revisiting it and seeing with fresh eyes because it's been a long time. But yeah, great Stephen King adaptation, like I said, very interesting. And a very big cast, as usual with all these Stephen King kind of movies. But yeah, first time I have owned this one in the collection, so nice to have it in here. A lot of first times in this video. But next up is a movie that I actually own on DVD, but it's nice to have it on Blu-ray now. It is a Vincent Price, Christopher Lee collaboration, and it is The Oblong Box. Just a very gothic tale that is pretty interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's just a fantastic film, and I'm just a sucker for anything with Vincent Price or Christopher Lee, so it's nice to have a film with both of them in it, and just a really cool kind of Edgar Allan Poe-esque flick, and just a hell of a lot of fun. And this is one of their like later films. What is this year? 1969. But yeah, just great to have it in the collection, upgraded to Blu-ray, and yeah, that's it. Well, let's move it on to something completely different. It's kind of a spy thriller flick, starring Sean Connery, but it is not a James Bond film, and also starring the beautiful Brooke Adams. The movie is Cuba, and I've seen this one a long time ago, but loved the setting in Cuba. It's pretty much Sean Connery's character. He pretty much is like an undercover agent. Let's see what it is. And he's swept up in the 1959 revolution. But, yeah, he's a cynic British mercenary. But it's pretty much a spy kind of flick where he's undercover there in Cuba, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. But the whole location is what really drew me to it. Just the setting, the time period, and just the whole revolution kind of atmosphere that's going on in the film. And actually, Brooke Adams plays, I believe it's like a wife of one of the cartel kind of people there. But yeah, it's just a really interesting flick, and I figured I'd pick it up because I don't believe I have this on DVD, so this will be the first time in the collection, but it's a film that I really appreciated when I first saw it years and years ago. I mean, we're talking like 10 years ago or more. But yeah, just a really great film, and one of, this is 79, so pretty much after his Bond run, as he branched out and did different things. But really cool flick. Not an action-packed film like his Bond ones, but a really subtle kind of spy thriller. But really fun and really enjoyable. But let's move it on to another, well, it's another Vincent Price, Christopher Lee collaboration. It is Scream and Scream Again. And this one has been a while since I've seen this one, but I do own it on DVD. But it's nice to have it upgraded to blue. But yeah, I don't remember too much about this one. I remember someone gets thrown into like a vat of acid, which the cover shows right there. But yeah, it's one I'm gonna have to check out because it has been a long time since I've watched it. But anything with Vincent Price in it or Christopher Lee, and having them both is a godsend. So, yep, definitely have to check this one out, but it's good to have it in the collection. 1970s when this one came out, so some 70s goodness. But that is Scream and Scream Again. Now this one I'm actually pretty intrigued on because I've never really heard of it, but the concept is pretty interesting. It is a black and white Western from 1959 that is a vampire film. So it's cowboys fighting vampires. Never heard of it in my life, but it is Curse of the Undead. And I am very intrigued by this one. If anyone's seen this one, let me know what you think about it. Looked really fun, really different, a little odd and obscure kind of film. But yeah, don't know much about it, but I'm really looking forward to checking it out. Just the whole concept of kind of a wild west vampire flick set in the late 50s. I mean, yeah, it's sounds pretty damn interesting, but definitely let me know if you've seen this one before and what you thought of it. But that is Curse of the Undead. Really fun looking flick. Well, let's round it out with a movie, another one. I mean, most of these ones are first time watches for me. This one looks like one of those kind of revenge kind of, what do I want to say, like a Death Wish kind of film where there's vigilantes taking justice into their own hands. This one's from 1985. It's called The Annihilators. And from that cover art alone, just looks pretty badass. But don't know much about it, but it looks like a bunch of kind of like army kind of type guys are trying to assimilate back into normal life, and they kind of witness crime around them and decide, you know what, we're not taking this shit anymore. We're taking justice into our own hands. And it's the tagline down here is, the war is over, but the real battle has just begun. So it looks like they take it to the streets and just take out criminals. So it sounds like a whole hell of a lot of fun. And really glad I picked this one up. I've never seen it before, never owned it before. So really looking forward to this one. No clue, but the cover art's badass. The cover art alone, I love this film. So hopefully the movie just, you know, adds up to at least a half as good as the cover art. But guys, that's it for the Kino Lorber Part 2 video. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Hopefully there's some ones in there that look interesting. And if you've seen any of those ones that I haven't seen, definitely drop a little comment below and just let me know what you thought about it and which one I should tackle first. But guys, I'm going to get back to enjoying this fire behind me and get back to relaxing with some nice peace and quiet country living. But I will see you guys next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies, and hope you guys are staying out of trouble. But guys, stay safe and take care. Later.